Good evening, folks. We're going to do another short little training video on our timekeeping system. This will be shorter than the last video. This is Jibble. So everybody should have already had some chance to use it, but we will be sending this video out to everybody and new employees as they get it. So I'm going to start off with the bare basics. Okay, we're going to open up a new tab. We're going to go to Jibble, JIBBLE.io to get to Jibble. And we're going to log in. You're going to log in with your ETCIL.org email address and your password that you created. And you're going to come to your dashboard. So we're going to talk about this top right corner. This is going to be our most important corner. And right now I've got a switch activity. I've got to start a break and I've got to clock out. So I'm going to clock out and clock back in so we can see that whole process. When I clock it out, it's going to ask me if I'm going to end work for the day. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to type a little note here. And I'm going to hit save. Okay, so I am clocked out for the day. And if you'll notice back up here at that top right corner, I've got the pulsing green play button. That's our clock in. We're going to clock in, and it's going to automatically sync with your computer clock. You can change these if you need to manually edit it. Same as this, it defaults to today. Most importantly, you're going to select an activity. So our activities are our grants and cost centers. So for those of you with one grant, because you work in certain ACL programs or home by choice, you will select ACL or home by choice. For those with multiple grants, like, for example, I use public health worker grant, and I also do fee-for-service VR. You'll select the grant that you're working under currently. Type in a short little description of what you're doing. Try to spell right and hit save. You're now clocked in. And we're going to go over a couple of things while we're under the PHW. Over here, this dashboard will give you a breakdown of your week. It'll show worked hours for the week. You can switch it to day if you want to. And there is a month feature, but due to our pay schedule, this one really isn't relevant. You're going to have upcoming holidays here. And down here, you're going to have a nice little pie graph of your activities. So for those of you who work under one grant or cost center, this will be a solid ring, and you're only going to see your grant or cost center down here. For those of you who work multiple, it'll divide up by hours worked. Speaking of that, we're going to go ahead and switch my activities. So I'm going to hit that green button, switch activity. I'm going to switch over to VR, and I'm going to be typing in a little note. But again, most importantly, is picking that cost center as your activity. Hit save. And now you can see it's starting my clock over from when I was punched in. And incidentally, clicking the numbers will show how all my punches for the day. So I clocked in a little bit late today because I had jury duty. And we can see I clocked out. I clocked back in for training. And then I have a series of punches for this. We go back one, and it shows my timesheet for the week. So I'm going to go here back to dashboard. In doing this, I've been on this grant for a minute now. I'll switch that activity. And I'm going to video. All right. So we go back to my timesheet and we discover, hey, I don't have an activity there. So we're going to edit this. We're going to pick the activity. We want to make sure every punch has an activity. That way we can make it life a little easier for Miss Lisa, because she has to sort out who gets paid by what grant. So since I'm editing a punch after the fact, I have to put in a reason for change, and these will be reviewed. So my reason is I added the activity. I'm going to hit confirm. And look at that, it's fixed now. All right, folks. This is it for the training. Do remember that putting those activities in on your punches is very, very important. And come find me if you have questions.